prize is designed with your mind in mind. 3 issues of Poetry magazine. This is from 2001, and it has. I don't have my glasses with me. Ich wollte nachholen können, habe ich sagen. Last name Shapiro, Soto, Wrigley, and Allen are in here. Allen is a famous Allen. Bernstein, Garbo, I don't believe it. And then, where's the one that has the person that I know? This one has Sophocles, St. John, and O'Donovan, and last name Rogers. Rogers is really good. I've never heard of him before, but he's in here. This is very good. So these actually have some nice poetry. Barbaria by Don Brennan, one of our esteemed poets, who is on the Poetry Wall of Honor. If you don't know about Stonehenge, but would like to, this is the one for you. If you remember that song, the head coach wants no sissies, so he read to us from something called Ulysses. This is Ulysses annotated. It is a heavy book, let me just show you. And it has 1,532,000 verbs in it, according to the people on whocares.com.
Who cares being kind of obvious word.
Thank you for that. Yes. And as if you didn't have enough of Joyce, this is Joyce's book.
You're missing one.
Oh, the Dark. I have never heard of this. It was given to me to give away. Book of the Dark. And last, we have a few things here. This is a National Geographic from, can you read the year? 1961. 1961. National Geographic. Then a New Yorker featuring the biggest turkey we've ever seen, which is not George W. Bush. And then American Archaeology, Saving Shipwrecks. So these came from, Stephanie Manning usually brings in the magazine, so we thank her for that. And we have all those other prizes there. These are given away at the end of the evening. And if you noticed when you signed in, you put your name next to a number. I had cards with numbers. I shuffled the numbers and picked the cards. And then you can put all these fine features. Now, if you want to be the mini feature, that's when you say, I would rather be the mini feature than take one of those fabulous prizes. So that's how that works. We'll go over it again in case you forget. Short-term memory, no. All right, so the fabulous prizes. We thanked each other greatly. Is the sound okay? All right. So, I will not tell my favorite political joke. Thank you. But I will do the irregular announcements, which consist of the people who will not be here this evening. They have sent their regrets. Brian Epstein, Brian Wilson, Wilson Pickett, Blondie, Dagwood, Little Richard, Richard the Lionhearted, Lionel Richie, Richie Rich, Little Richard, Mitch Miller, Pat Robinson, Pat McNamara, Mac the Knife, Newt Rockney, Rocky, Bullwinkle, Tinkerbell, Pip, Puck, Pan, and Paul Poundstone. All have sent their regrets, however may. You might want to know that Martha Washington and Martha Mitchell will be with us next week on the tuba and trombone respectively, playing Inagata-Davida in B-flat major. Just, they said they would, and I think, okay, but we don't have the amplification here. And they said, we can blow it. And I go, I guess you could. So anyway, enough of that. I'll find out who the first person is. Who's the first person here? Oh, that's not the right page. I hate when I do this. I will not speak in German. I will not speak in German.
We're on day 1, right?
What? I don't know, but oh, here they are. How silly of them.
Is there extra time later?
Roberta Flack,
Margaret Atwood. Margaret me. Okay, that takes care of the first people who they said they'd be here. We'll start with Mildred Button, and then we'll go to Ricardo, and then Bill. So give our nice hand for keep them on warm, happy, and hot, as they say.
Well, this is called San Francisco, Here I Am. It's part of my memoir that I'm working on. Us old guys, you know. After arriving in San Francisco, where I was welcomed with open arms, there was, however, the expectation that I was going to jump right in and start working, I think. With the retirement money I got from the Atlanta School District, I lived for a while exploring San Francisco, how it affected me, how it tasted when I drank it in. My sister Carol's friend, also named Carol but with an E on the end of her name, both what a former post-divorce girlfriend of mine would have called brainiacs, both scholarship-educated women. Carol with an E and I wound up getting an apartment together after she and I, in separate beds, slept in my sister's living room for a few months. We found a 3-bedroom place on Nob Hill, a nice, convenient neighborhood, for $360 a month, and even in 1977, that was a steal. I didn't stay long, though, because a San Francisco Bay Guardian personal ad resulted in a relationship with a woman who talked me into moving into the bottom floor of a nice house with her friends who lived just a couple of doors away from her. Carol, my roommate, wasn't too happy about this because she had to get a new apartment sort of fast. I let my girlfriend get a mover for me and move my stuff to the new apartment while I was back in my hometown attending the funeral of my brother John, who had committed suicide. Carol, my sister, and I went on the airplane together and consoled my parents, who understandably weren't very consolable at the moment, just in shock from my brother's final act after having been emotionally ill really for over half his life, which ended at a young 34 years old. I can still see my father as he held on while I helped him with his fishing tackle business. He had not closed for more than a day or two during his immense grief. As he stood outside the asphalt parking lot of the fishing tackle shop on the hot, humid June day in 1978. As I closed the door of one of his cars to drive myself back to my parents' house to prepare to go back to San Francisco to my job with the funky, lovable students in the San Francisco Unified School District, my father broke down and was crying, something I don't remember him ever doing any other time except this one. He had 2 sons and 3 daughters left, but his oldest son, who had worked so hard to save by helping him maintain the tackle shop's work therapy environment, as the mental health professionals might term it, was gone.
Thank you, Buford. Good job. All right. Let me just read the next few that are coming up. We have Ricardo, then Bill, then Marcia, then Owen, then Marty, then Edward. And Andre, right? Got it this time. Harold, myself, Marissa, and Morgan Freeman before the page.
The acknowledgement lines of the piece I'm reading tonight. Jack, it's an important piece. Charles Bukowski, Maurice Gibb, Tracy Amos, Daniel Day-Lewis, you too. I want to say hi to my family. Hi Monique, hi Sophia, hi Shinobi, hi Gail, hi Deborah, hi Naisha. Hi children, hi Arkell, hi Jaden, hi Terrence, I love you T. Hi King, hi Queen, hi Marty, hi Sean, love Dad, love your cousin Rich, love your brother Rich. Jack. Sunday Bloody Sunday is about male rape. we have a commonality in our community, and we began to talk about it a couple of years back at Brainwash on Monday nights. We discussed the issues that involve male rape, the violence, the inability in our society with the social mores being what they are, for men to feel like they can safely report the rape, the abuse and the violence that they endure both before and after, and even at home, the support or lack of support they get. Why don't you stand up to them? Because we started talking about this at the community level, men started responding. Over time, a man would stand up and acknowledge, I'm a victim of rape. A man raped me. Another man would stand up, I'm a victim of rape. A man raped me. We went on to have a community meeting at MSC South on the ground floor, 200-300, mostly homeless, but a lot of people there to respond to the message. Men stood up one after another. I am a victim of male rape. High-level crime responded. Crime responded. Crime at the highest levels acknowledged, I raped a man. And they did it in public in front of camera. This type of commonality is historical in terms of a community-based value system that in many ways is destroying the earth, and in many ways is showing humanity there are some things coming from here that will lead to far fewer humans on earth to a better way. The piece is titled Jack. Shake a little sugar when for waiting. Forever him sweet. Call him a little leprechaun and me lucky. Fucking Irish. Her body is my sacred. It is pure, so soft. Spirit, love. You fucking Irish! Liberty and Ireland are two in one. Liberty. Our red revolutionary sisters and brothers, our brother screams, Sunday, bloody Sunday. There is two in one. British horror. Ireland. Why didn't you stand up to him? Love, American poet. Thank you, Sacred Grounds.
Yeah. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen. We have Bill Mercer, then Marcia Campbell, Owen Dunkel, Marty, Edward, Andre, Harold, and myself. Give this individual a nice round of applause as the person comes forward.
Yeah.
Into the mind.
I didn't bring anything to read, but I wanted to alert everybody about a really important art show that's coming up in about a month. One of the most important artists on the planet right now is going to take over Alcatraz for 3 months and do an art show. His name is Ai Weiwei. I think I pronounced that correctly.
Okay.
And he's I've seen small groups of his work, it's kind of minimal, and very conceptual. You have to. You can't just look at it and leave. You have to figure your way through his stuff. And but anyway, he's going to have Alcatraz to himself for 3 months. Wow. And it's something worth stashing a few pennies away to go see. His dad was one of the finest poets in China and spent time in prison. And Ai Weiwei is one of the finest artists in the world, and he spent a couple of years in a Chinese prison. But his work is not particularly political, although the Chinese seem to be very sensitive about that. They put him in prison for a couple of years anyway. But and he refused to leave China. He could live anywhere he wants in the world now, but he's sticking it out there in China. And this is going to be this is going to be one of the shows people are going to talk about for a long time. So anyway, did my duty. Commercial was over. Back to the point.
I've read about it. I've read about it. It was fascinating.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Bill. Appreciate it. Be on the lookout. Highway Lane and Alcatraz. You know how to spell that?
AI, one word, W-E-I-W-E-I.
Okay.
And
Look at that.
which Clara, she could tell me how to actually pronounce it, but
All right. Okay. Thank you for that. All right, wait. I wrote it down here in case you didn't get it, want to get it. I have it written down here. Thank you.
over the next month or so, you'll see plenty of
Okay. All right. So
notices about it. But
all right, Marcia Campbell, then Owen, then Marty, then Edward. Marcia, give her a nice round, please. For your
You need that lowered, Marcia? Or?
Oh, this is okay, right,
All right.
everybody?
it's okay.
Okay. On the death of Whitney Houston. Heart's knowing is how to recover from loss, how to believe, and how to balance one's energy when another being has been run out of breath, drained of heartbeats, claimed by an early sleep for a star to enter darkness. Heart's knowing is a confession of drugs mixed with alcohol and early sleep, a lesson in how to dream with awareness, how to dream in sleep and sleep in dream, so that the soul becomes articulate.
Yeah.
When you are one with the darkness, there is no dance. This is another one, untitled. When you are one with the darkness, there is no dance. You set yourself free, if you can. You seek the healing light in someone else's eyes, but there is no release. There is no one who reveals himself in you. You wait for an ordinary love, but there is no one. He is only a reflection in other people's eyes, and you are also no one. Going to see some words. You formed words with your sweet, kissable mouth, but, oh, you said, that's wrong. It sounds like music, so I can't see the poetry. It sounds like, the shadow of your smile. And I can't get it out of my head. Provides more music, so we have to go walking alone. We have to go walking alone anywhere in the present, to get rid of those waterfalls, to get into being ourselves again. And because we don't have enough time to make the new now knowable, we will journey right through the gardens, the specially carved rocks, grass, and trees, and try to filter the anger out. This, like going to the store for a bottle of gin where the barkeeper whispers, I won't tell. And my silent mind will, and my silent mind will listen for a clue as to how to write normally, or worse, how to talk like the other folks do. It's a problem, I say. It's a problem when you all the time hear rhythm and blues in your skeleton dance, and you just want to scoop them out and take flying lessons, and even use them to make hot press. Untitled. Tonight, the valley of the shadows of death will comfort me. I will never open my eyes. My lover and I will dream as if alone. The sun cannot peep. The sun cannot peep over the horizon. The end of the day immediately follows the beginning. All sightless, all darkness. I will never drown in my best efforts. Pills will refuse to overtake me. Sleeping pills cannot force me to sleep all day. Today is not now a beginning. Someone will have to pry my eyelids open, and that someone will then laugh, because that someone has conquered me, the devil. There is no life after death, only a living death. I cannot see to swim through troubled waters. I may force myself to be free of breath, for it anoints me to be like a sad song. The song comes to an end. I plead guilty for all my trespasses, for crossing your line. Do not forgive me, God, for I am unforgivable.
Thank you so much. Yeah. We had enough time to do one more. I didn't want you to change yourself or the audience. Thank you, Marcia. We got Owen, then Marty, then Edward, then Andre, Harold, myself, and Marissa. And give Mr. Owen a...
Owen, don't go!
Can everybody hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Trieste. Night glows, traffic ebbs and flows. Red taillights wink and blink into the darkness. The night is silent and aglow. Only I know. No one else is aware of my devil-may-care absent-mindedness. The night closes, red lights till dawn. Sleep. Ah, Morpheus. The winding dusk has entered its stay upon my eyelids. Sleep, I sought you in vain. I would make an insomniac's prayer upon you. You are like the March wind. You come and you go. I've sought you in vain. I toss and turn in bed. You are the god Morpheus lost somewhere in antiquity. Outside my window I can count the stars, almost like counting sheep. I lie awake and seek you in vain. You come when you want. My eyes are open, rarely closed to dream a bit. I to sleep, but chance to dream. Sonnet at Starbucks. Ballroom rust, love, laugh, orisons, kooky, Lemire, comb, Val, Hornets, Berkshire, Jodhpurs, a sturdy calliope. The herd becomes a stallion, King Farouk, hookah, joy, descending. It all happens here. Lions matriculate on the sky. Rockin' Roberts, papers away. God in heaven, rejoice, hallelujah. 20 years after the hallelujah chorus. Another sleepy hollow day, buses rumble to the sound of nothing. China Basin going somewhere, the flute becomes a mystic. Al Jarvis, the make-believe Paul of mirrors, man is champion of the imagination. Fog. The fog is like misty, moisty cement. It cowers near the ocean, as inevitably it will blow away. Couplet at Starbucks. The day plods by like a farmer. The sun sits on a metamorphosis of folly. Couplet for a cathedral. Sad buttresses fly across the air. It careens erratically upward to reach for a god of sky. At the beach, the brown and white speckled seagulls, the old man listening to his radio on the torn white couch. Pizza. Crust, 2 onions, 3 pepperoni, 4 sausage, 5 cheese.
It took me a while to actually know and love pizza, as all Italian food seems malleable and finite. Pizza wobbling on my hand seems finite. At the beach. The warm white wand waves to a peaceful Rococo dance on top of the green ocean seawater. In the Trieste, never above it all, I do a lonely dance, searching to make romance.
Yeah.
The cup, the fallen cup empty now, empty as the quiet sky, like a small boat, the empty bow. Strike. A bowling ball makes noise like thunder as it rolls down the lane to decide each frame. Spare. I saw a bowling ball as it did its thing and made strikes, and I heard the boom, the resounding of spares. At Starbucks, there is but one green leaf on which to write poems like I wrote the week before, on each flight of fancy before Shelley.
Just finish. Let's finish that. Just restart again and finish that.
Okay. At Starbucks. There is but one green leaf on which to write poems like I wrote the week before, as each flight of fancy before Shelley. After money, there is but one. After Wallace Stevens, imagine the fact that much of reality is silent as the god of money. Mystic air, there is only air, the only thing that is there. Metaphors vanish in the cold air about such things. I do care for the wind and